Hi everyone, my name is Shantasia. Welcome to my channel. Hello everyone. I just wanted to give you a really quick update. Well, it probably won't be a quick update. I already filmed this once and it was not a quick update. But I just wanted to give you an update about where things are with the Ethereal Rising and the Chronicles of Etheria series. Lately, I've been talking about changes that have been needed to be made because of a possible copyright concern and wanting to stand out of the crowd and have something different to offer instead of having a book that is similarly titled to somebody else's. I will link that video somewhere in the cards or the description box below, one or the other. But we have been making a lot of changes and a lot of good changes. I've been very excited about the things that we've been deciding over the last few months. And we did change the title of the series from the Chronicles of Etheria to Children of Kashet. And that will also be the title of the first book, which I've previously referred to as Ethereal Rising. So lots of good changes. I think it's unique. I like the way it is. It actually kind of fit in with the theme of the series. So it wasn't too bad of a change. I'm very excited about it. But the thing that I really wanted to talk about today is sad and exciting and terrible and all those other things. And I'll try to be brief. But my sister and I have decided not to co-author together anymore. And this was at my request. About 3 weeks ago, I stopped filming because I was feeling very upset about a few things, and one of them being that I really have not felt driven to write the series for many years, and there's a lot of different reasons for that, and I'm not going to go into them, but I ultimately decided that if I was unable to take my stories and my concepts and the world that was based upon my concept at the beginning of our partnership, that I was going to actually give all of my characters and all of my books that I've been working on in the series to my sister and withdraw from the co-authoring. I was developing another series on the side for the last month or so and was pretty confident that I would be able to just mourn but move on. And I did broach the subject about a week and a half ago or so with my sister, and I was very happy and sad that she decided to allow me to take my characters, my books, the concept, the universe, all of those things, and I will be developing the Children of Kashet series on my own now. And then she will be moving on and developing her stories and changing her stories in order to make them a new series or a new standalone book or whatever it is that she decides that she would like to do with them. And I'm very sad about it. I feel like the last few years have been wonderful and horrible, and mostly because when you're co-authoring, you have to give up some sort of control over your world if it's yours. I mean, you're inviting that person in to be a part of your journey and to be a part of your world. And I think that I always have second-guessed that decision. Not because of any particular reason. I mean, we don't fight, we don't have issues or anything like that. But I really regretted not trusting myself. And I was writing a lot about that in my journal over the last few weeks. Just really exploring the real reason why I was so unhappy with what was going on with the series. And it really was that I have not finished anything that I have started. When I became a published poet, it was really a cop-out because I wanted to be published and poetry was easy for me. And now I look back and it's awful. I don't even know how I got published or anything. But it was a cop-out for me. I always wanted to be an author that told stories. I didn't want to be a poet. I wanted to be a songwriter. I wanted to be an author of novels. I wanted to write the stories that I wasn't seeing on the shelf in science fiction genre. And by opening my idea up to my sister, I really gave up a lot of that control over the dream that I had and the vision that I had for the series. And it is better than if I had done it on my own. I have to say that I am at a place with the storyline and the world building that I would not be at if my sister hadn't come on board with me. And I feel badly that I'm walking away with more than she is. But I didn't trust myself. The ultimate reason why I invited my sister to work on the series with me was not because of anything but fear. I had never finished a novel before. I had like 4 or 5 novels under my belt. I already had one failed co-authoring attempt under my belt. I was scared to write with somebody else because of my previous experience. And I still did it. I still told her about it. I still invited her in. It seemed too big. The scope of it and the idea of what I wanted to accomplish was too big for me at the time. I really was terrified of the idea that I was going to want to write a series, and I had never even finished anything more than maybe a flash fiction piece. So that was my main issue, was just that feeling that I did not trust myself. How stupid of me to do that, because it's been how many years? I mean, I've been saying on this channel that it was like 2007. But then when I think about it, I mean, I want to say I was in my early 20s. And so that was 15 years ago. That was a long time ago. Well, maybe not. Yeah, 15. It was 15 years ago, about. And that's a long time to work on a series. So I just was like afraid that it was just going to take me forever. And here I'm co-authoring with somebody and it's still taking forever. And I just really was like, wow, you could have done this on your own. You could have written this for 15 years on your own. And you did it because you were afraid and you were scared. And so that really just developed a lot of upset and irritation with myself. And then I think that was kind of bleeding over into the whole process that we were going through together and causing me to be blocked. Now, there were a few other things going on with the author platform and the marketing strategy and whether or not we wanted to self-publish or traditionally publish. And I feel like we were leaning on different ends of the spectrum, which would have caused which was starting to cause problems as well, because then I was starting to feel a little bit of resentment for all the work that I was doing, and I felt like I was kind of on my own. So I'm very sad, like I said, that we aren't writing together anymore. I'm hoping that our creative relationship doesn't change. Even before, we would still come to each other with issues, questions, or if we needed to have any type of help with storylines or things like that, we would come to each other. And I'm really hoping that that continues, because my sister is an amazing writer. I desperately hope that she decides to continue on her writing journey and that this does not deter her. I am very excited that I have more freedom, I guess. I'm not even sure if that's the right word. But that the series is going to be me, I guess. And I'm going to have a little bit more control over how things go. But ultimately, it's just sad. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been very sad about it, and that is one of the reasons why I stopped filming, was because I just really needed some time to think about things and to process them and understand my motivations, and then kind of look at what I have to do now, because there is a lot of work that has to be done. I have characters I have to eliminate. I have scenes. I have situations in the plot lines that need to be changed. And that means that I have to go back and work very hard on figuring those things out, which is frustrating in a way because I feel like this series has been nothing but an exercise of going back to the beginning and starting over. And I know that at the end of all of this, that it's going to be even more amazing than if I had finished it 15 years ago and had tried to publish it. It would not have been the same story at all. I would not have grown the way that I've grown. I would not have the influence of my sister upon the storyline. So I am thankful for the time that it has taken. But I really had a goal of publication next year. And now I'm not so sure that that's going to happen, just with everything that has been going on in my personal life and needing a job and really having to get a lot of things caught up. So I don't know how much time I'm going to have for writing once I get a job, because I'm going to have to work very hard for a while. But anyways, that is my update. I am sorry about the doom and gloom sadness. I am excited and optimistic about the series. I definitely am not giving up. I am so thankful that my sister decided to allow me to keep this, because it was originally my concept. But like I said, she is intertwined in it. But it just is what it is. And I'm going to move on with my life. I wish her nothing but the best in her creativity. I'm just going to move on with my creative endeavors and try to focus on my goals and not so much on the failures, because ultimately our partnership was not a failure. We both walked away with a better writing voice and a stronger writing overall. So we definitely have grown together, and I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. I just am sad that ultimately we couldn't see it to the end. And I don't know, I think it was almost mutual, because I was like, I want to work on this by myself, and she was like, it's been 15 years, I'm sick of it. So, and I understand that, because I'm sick of it too. But that is my update for today. I am working on a nonfiction project that I have tentatively called the Science Fiction Workbook, World Building Workbook. And I'll be talking more about that as it comes along, because it is a larger project than I had anticipated. So I will be doing a call for beta readers and all the other things so that I can make sure that it is as inclusive as possible. And I'm hoping that some of you will respond. But in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful day, and that you are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful writing journey, and that all the words and all of your characters are flowing perfectly and beautifully. As always, you can check out my social media links below. If you'd like to help support this channel, I do have a Jubilant tip jar, and I would appreciate even if you sent 50 cents my way. Everything helps. It helps to build my platform. It also helps me save up for all of the publishing costs that are probably going to be happening. So if you'd like to do that, I would be always appreciative, and I will give you a shout out in my next video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Happy writing.